Right, so we're approaching a national speed limit. Let's send it! God, this thing holds the road well. Another video on the CORSA OPC. Now, yes, in today's video we're going to be taking it for a drive, but not the first drive, because I also got it MOT'd recently, but I forgot to film it, all that kind of stuff. I had problems with my camera, and yeah, it was just a bit of a rush thing. But regardless, the car's MOT'd now, it's taxed, it's insured, everything. But I will not be keeping this car. But there is two big problems that I found on the way to the MOT station, which I will talk to you about later in the video, but they are quite big things, and I cannot sell the car with these problems. I mean, they are quite bad, and really I should have got them done. I should have thought of it when I was putting the engine in, if you know what I mean. I should have done it before I put the engine in, but that is what it is really, and regardless, it should make for good content. So anyway, yeah, in this video we're going to take it for a drive. I'm going to get the camera on my head, I'll take this thing for a spin and tell you guys what it's like to drive and all the kind of good stuff, and just give you a bit of a thought of what it's like, because yeah, this car will be for sale, so I want to just be really transparent with you guys on what this car's like. And yeah, anyway, that being said, let's go take this thing for a hoon. And please guys, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and if you're new, subscribe. With that being said, let's crack on. There's one little problem with this car, is that when you first start the car, like on a cold start, it does run really rough. Now, I've been talking to a few people in the forums, and apparently this is common, but like I can't figure out what it is at this moment in time. Like, it's got a genuine Bosch MAF sensor on it, and there's no engine management light, so at this moment in time I don't know what it is, but it does run perfect once it's actually up to temperature. And when it's off cold start, it's only on cold start where it runs a bit rough and all that, but apart from that, it runs perfect. Just want to mention that in case if there's anyone who's watching this video wants to buy this car. I will try my best to get to the bottom of it before I sell it. But yeah, anyway, I've been talking too much. Let's go for a spin. Right guys, now one thing I want to say, right, is I'm happy to report that after all the work that's been done, as you've seen in previous videos, the car actually drives, I swear to God, like so solid and brand new. Like, the clutch works perfect, and the weird thing is, it doesn't even need to, I don't think it needs the wheel alignment. I mean, it's like, well, I'll show you in a minute, but it doesn't pull to the left or right. I'll tell you what, this thing sounds amazing. Like the steering, I mean, I'm going in the roundabout right now, and it's just perfect. I'll say I'm letting it warm up first before I boot it, but look, the steering is absolutely perfect. Like, honestly, I just don't think this thing will need the alignment done. I'm just so happy that it doesn't need, there's no issues at all, because as you well know, if you're doing like a big job like I've just done, obviously, well, in previous videos, like with the steering, so the subframe and all the steering work, suspension work, you know, in most cases there might be little hiccups and maybe a few like, might need alignment done, but this is perfect. Right, here we are on one of my favourite stretches of road, so let's go and send it. God, this thing sounds good. God, this thing sounds good. Oh, and the brakes this thing are unbelievably good as well. tell you, I'm actually sick of the roads nowadays. They're always so bloody busy. Right, so the spec on this engine, in case anyone's wondering, it's got apparently a hybrid turbo. I did find proof of this, but whether it's the original turbo or not, I don't know. I think it was done in like 2019. So yeah, it's got the hybrid turbo, apparently, and it's got the 613cc injectors, front mounted intercooler, obviously the Scorpion exhaust system. But the only thing is, I don't know who's mapped the damn car or anything at all. So I mean, I don't know if it's a good map on it or a bad one. I mean, it's like, if I was to get it remapped again by a reputable person for peace of mind, this would cost a lot of money. I don't really think I want to do that. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know, guys. I mean, what to do for the best, really. I mean, it does run perfect. It pulls well. There's no boost issues. So I don't know what else to say, really. God, I love this thing so far. Now, the only thing is, right, obviously it's got a cone filter on it, but I don't know about you, right, it's a bit too intrusive. And what I mean by that is, it makes, like, when you're just cruising along, like, it's always making a sucking noise. I know that sounds really silly, but it's really irritating. And it's like, I'm probably going to put a standard airbox on it. I know that sounds boring, but it's just irritating noise. It's like, I mean, I don't mind turbo noises when I'm driving it hard or driving it fast, but all the time when you're cruising, it's really bloody irritating. I'm not going to lie, like, to be fair. Now, driving this car is a different experience to driving my Corsa B. Like, this thing's probably running similar power as my Corsa B, but it's a bigger car, it's more refined. This is a lot bigger, so the illusion is different. So you got a big dash, kind of like, but it feels, this might sound silly, but it feels slower. But again, it's a completely different car, it's more refined, all that kind of nonsense, which I previously mentioned. So yeah, you probably get the idea, guys. Right, so we're approaching a national speed limit. Let's send it! God, this thing holds the road well. Bloody hell, the brakes are good. Right, so I'm probably going to actually head home now because I can smell burning oil, and that is a clue as to what the next big problem is, and it means we need to take the gearbox off again. I'll tell you that when I get home. Anyway, let's pop the camera back on, we'll head home. So, something else that's worth mentioning, right, this interior is such a comfortable and lovely place to be. Like, honestly, like, Vauxhalls of this era are just brilliant. Now, I know the gear stick is comically big, but it does feel good. It's got a good throw about it. Like, I mean, in comparison to my Insignia gear stick, which is quite small, like, this one's just perfect, to be honest. I love this steering wheel. Like, it's so comfortable in the hand, the shape is perfect, the size is perfect, it looks fantastic. Like, this is such a good all-round car. I just don't know why these cars get such bad reputation. Like, I know the engines are, the thing is, the engines are not soft, right? It's not the actual engine itself that's the problem. If you do some research, you'll find it's actually the inlet manifold design which is the problem, because on cylinder 4, what basically happens is, it's something to do with the runners, the way that obviously the air comes into the intake manifold. It basically sucks the fuel out of port 4, obviously 4-cylinder 4, basically starving out fuel at higher RPMs. Now, there is certain measures you can do to kind of prevent this, or kind of like stop it from getting worse, or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, by getting bigger injectors, forging the engine, maybe getting a good map on it, these things can help the issue with piston 4. But it's such a shame, because I mean, I'm pretty sure these are good engines. It's just obviously Vauxhall that messed up the inlet manifold design. I mean, I'm pretty sure, surely God, when they designed this car, they would have flow tested everything and all that. And I'm surprised they didn't even pick up on this. It's pretty poor anyway. But yeah, I'm starting to really like this car. I mean, it is, God, it's comfortable. I mean, I'm almost like, honestly guys, right, I mean, I don't know what to do, like, I'm like this close, right, see my finger? I am this close to just keeping this car and selling my Vauxhall Insignia, because I mean, I know I've not featured my Insignia on the channel, but it's been very problematic recently. I mean, it's getting on New Year's, that car now, and it's got extremely moon mileage on it, and yeah, it's showing its age. So I mean, the only problem with this car is it's quite small, and it's not as fuel efficient, which is to be expected, but I don't know what to do really, you know what I mean? Like, this car is only loud, and then again, it's not that loud, it's just perfect, but it's not, as I said, it's not really, it's fun when you want it to be, and it's nice and calm and collected and like conservative, if you want to call it that, when you want it to be, when you're just like cruising about like now. I mean, I'm in like 6th gear now, under 2000 RPM, and it's very refined. So I mean, ideally this car is the best of both worlds really. I don't know why, but I can hear a funny noise coming from the gearbox somewhere, but that leads me on to the next problem with this car. Now, two major problems. So basically, when I took it to the MT station and all the rest of it, and I got back from it, there was oil caked up all kind of down the gearbox and up the back of the kind of engine, but on the gearbox side. Now, I had a good delve into it, and there's no other way to say it really. I'm 99.9% sure it's the rear main seal, obviously the crankshaft seal, but on the behind the flywheel. I have absolutely no idea why it's leaking, because obviously I inspected it before I put the flywheel on the clutch, and it seemed absolutely fine. So yeah, the gearbox needs to come off again. But also, I might insert a clip now if I still have the clip, but basically the bearings inside the gearbox are knackered too. Now, a telltale sign for this is when you're driving, you kind of like accelerate and de-accelerate, the shifter, the gear stick will move. So yeah, when the gearbox is off, I'm going to give it to Blair at BM Motorsport. He's going to put uprated bearings in it if he has them, and obviously rebuild the gearbox, and yeah, only do the rear main seal too. So that might be what's in the next video. Also, on the 12th of September, this car's getting a full machine polish and ceramic coating, and the headlights are getting restored, and everything's getting done as well, so the car looks amazing. Yeah, I might film that, don't know yet, I'll see what the guy says. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been a great car so far. I'll love it to drive, but we'll see how things go on. But anyway, thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.